Everyone asks the same question before they break ground: what's this actually going to cost me per square meter? And honestly, the answers online are all over the place, anywhere from under £2,000 to well over £4,000. So today we're cutting through that noise. I'm going to walk you through exactly what a square meter of new build costs across the UK in 2026, why the numbers swing so much, and how to work out where your project actually sits. Let's start with the headline number. Across the UK in 2026, a typical new build home costs somewhere between £1,900 and £3,000 per square meter. That's a wide bracket, and it's wide on purpose, because three things move it more than anything else: where you're building, what specification you're building to, and how complicated the design is. At the bottom of that range you've got a basic, standard specification developer-style house. Think simple rectangular form, standard kitchen, carpet throughout, straightforward bathroom. At the top end you're looking at a high-specification, architect-designed home with bespoke joinery, underfloor heating, and smart home systems built in from day one. So before anyone can give you a sensible number, they need to know which of those two projects, or where in between, you're actually talking about. Location is the single biggest swing factor after specification, and labor is the reason why. Labor makes up somewhere around 40 to 45% of your total build cost, and labor rates are not the same in Newcastle as they are in Kensington. Here's roughly how it breaks down region by region for a mid-range specification build. As a rule of thumb, London and the South East run 20 to 30% above the national average. The Midlands and Wales sit close to that average. The north of England is consistently the best value, purely because labor and plot costs are lower there, not because the quality is any different. Within any region, specification is what really moves your number. A basic specification, standard kitchen, simple bathroom, off-the-shelf fittings, sits at the lower end we've already talked about. Step up to a standard specification, with better quality finishes and more modern systems, and you're adding maybe £500 per square meter on top of that. And a high specification, bespoke kitchen, underfloor heating, premium tiling, integrated smart home technology can add another £600 to £1,000 per square meter again. On a 150 square meter house, that's the difference between roughly £345,000 and closer to £540,000 for the exact same footprint. It's not just where you build and how you finish it, it's also what shape you build. Two houses of the exact same floor area can cost noticeably different amounts if one is a simple rectangle and the other has multiple gables, changing roof heights, or unusual angles. Every extra junction and corner adds labor hours. Structural method matters too. Traditional masonry, brick and block, typically runs £60 to £80 per square meter for the walls alone and takes 8 to 12 weeks to get watertight. Timber frame is slightly cheaper per square meter and can get you a watertight shell in just 2 to 3 weeks, useful if program matters as much as budget. So why do these numbers keep climbing year on year? Two main reasons. First, labor, which, as we said, is close to half your total cost, remains in short supply for skilled trades, and that keeps day rates firm. Second, materials. After the sharp spikes we saw in the early 2020s, prices for cement, steel, and timber have largely stabilized in 2026, but they're still creeping up by around 2 to 5% a year rather than falling back down. Sustainable and green-rated materials also carry a premium of roughly 5 to 15% over standard equivalents, worth knowing if you're targeting a higher energy performance rating. None of this means costs are running away. Inflation has genuinely moderated compared to the 2021 to 2023 peak. But it does mean budgets need a realistic contingency, not last year's number copied and pasted. So, to bring it all together, your real cost per square meter comes down to 3 questions. Where are you building? What specification are you finishing to? And how complex is the design? Answer those 3, and you'll land a genuinely realistic number, not just a headline figure from a search result. If you want that number worked out properly for your own plot and your own plans, that's exactly what we do at Mica Construction. Get in touch, and we'll walk you through a clear, honest breakdown for your project. No guesswork, no surprises. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.